is part of a series about inexpensive places to hike around New York City. I'm in Fort Montgomery at Brook Lake. There's a trail that goes all the way around the lake here. It's about 2 miles long. It's a beautiful, beautiful hike. You hardly ever see anybody on it. It's pretty quiet. And it adjoins the 1777 trail and the 1779 trail, which are famous trails from the Revolutionary War. Anyway, here's a shot of the lake. In the lake, you're likely to see snapping turtles, a bunch of geese, ducks, mallards, as well as there's usually a pair of swans. Quite beautiful. Frogs, there's some fish in there. You can go boating. Just drop your boat in there, although, you know, it's just for rowing. A couple of people live on there. Here's the trail itself. It's not too strenuous, as you can tell. You also might see a bald eagle up here. Definitely red-tailed hawks. All kinds of raptors, falcons. You might see a blue heron and egrets. This is super typical scenery. And there's a blaze for the trail. When you got one marker like that, it just means you're on the trail. It says late March. Mid-March, it's mid-March, March 16th of 2022. It snowed just a couple of days ago, so you can see there's a little bit of ice still left. You can hear a woodpecker. There's an old comfort station, so to speak. It's made of concrete and then made to look like it was made of stone. But it's falling apart, just like a real stone one would be. Gotta wear your mud boots. This stuff is really gonna get all over your shoes. Okay, when you come to a fork in the road, as they say, take it. But if you want to keep on the trail, you follow the blazes. Now, here's something I only learned about recently. This is a trail marker that says the trail is going to the right. The bottom one says you're on the trail. The top one tells you which direction the trail is going if you want to stay on it. So you stay to the right. And here's the fork. I go to the right. And there's another one that says keep going to the right. This blue mark is for a different trail. The 1777 and the 1779 trails overlap for a big part, and they go to Fort Montgomery. Here's a bridge, a little bit more mud. Why it's good to have nice waterproof boots. So this is not extremely clear. If you want to stay on the Brook Pond Trail, you go to the right. But if you want to go on the 1777 or 1779 trails with the blue blaze, you go up there and you can see there's the next blaze. Let's see if I can get to it quickly. There it is. Ooh, got a little rough. A lot of ferns. Lichen. A million dead trees. Well, you can't see any of them right now, but I just saw a falcon go by, and it was calling out the whole time. And those look like turkey vultures, which you can almost always see. I used to think that the turkey vultures were macabre, but there was a big dead deer next to my house. I was just worried about it smelling. And they cleaned it up in one day. They ate the whole thing. And I really appreciate them now. Plus, they are beautiful flyers. They'll ride the updrafts on a ridge. This is a fungus, which may or may not be edible. It's on a tree. A tree fall! Yikes. And I'm gonna go under it. Here's the trail. Walking on the trail. A lot easier to see the trail in person. And there's the trees. Yeesh. I'm going anyway. And they are all being held up by that one tree. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 trees. I don't know if you can see 4. There, now you can see 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeesh. This was a massive waterfall, an ice flow this winter. Now it's just a trickle feeding the lake. They say squirrels don't come out below 30 degrees. Squirrels are definitely out now. It's going to be up about 62. Right now it's around 45 degrees. But later on, you get snapping turtles sitting on that branch right there. A whole bunch of them. And I don't think the water is warm enough for that now. I think the water's still in the 30s. So it's like the swamp in Lord of the Rings. More tree fall. Tree fell. We saw a turtle coming up for air. So the turtles are about. I'm going to wait and see if they come up. I think I'm seeing a turtle's nose at the end of the log on the right. I'm not sure. It's bobbing a little more than I would expect a nose to bob, a turtle to bob. Yep, just went down. That was a turtle. I don't know if you'll actually be able to see it in the video. It's next to the small stick at the top. This is one of the prettiest parts of the hike. A little rocky outcropping that goes right to the edge of the water. Yeah, the trail is pretty well maintained. You can usually see it. A lot of logs fall. Sometimes it takes a week or two till they get cut in half. But, you know, it's a busy area. What can you say? Okay. And then there's this little snake. Well, you can barely see him. And I'm afraid to get too close to him, although I don't think he's a viper. But he clearly doesn't like seeing me so much. You see him there? There's his body. And there's his head. Don't go too crazy. Hi, little guy. How are we doing? This guy, you should be able to see him, but you kind of can't. Wow, these things are hard to see on video. He's right, there you go, between the rock and the log. And he is up. There are squirrels all over the place here. And birds. But none of them are on camera. Coming to the end of the trail here, I went counterclockwise. I go counterclockwise because if you go that way, just a couple hundred yards, you kind of get out of all the noise. From here, you can hear somebody's got a leaf blower going, and there's bridge traffic about a 3/4 of a mile away. The wind just shifted, so you can hear the trucks crossing the bridge on 9. Anyway, this is Brook Pond. It's pretty nice. Nice trail. There's the pond. Brook Pond. It's a pond formed by a dam. And I think the dam was formed so that they could bring mining material down from basically where those houses are. There's a big cable there, which has just fallen down. Just. Maybe a couple weeks ago. And has been there for 100 years at least. I've been calling this Brook Lake. It's Brooks Lake. There's a nice map. It's a wonderful, wonderful trip. And here's the route we took. Right around here. And right now, we're back here.